Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Andy.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody, and I'm not at all frustrated today or anything like that.
You went to the game last night?
I did go to the game last night, yes.
You had a fair few chances, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, just a touch, really. Honestly, I think Nicolas Jackson's going to finish me off. I really do.
Imagine the eulogy. And I look at some of the reasons why Andy's no longer with us now, and I don't want to lay the blame at the boy, but it was Nicolas Jackson's fault, ultimately, that Andy...
Honestly, I say to the producers when he makes Kai Havertz look like Gert Muller. Honestly, he's absolutely... What's frustrating about him is he's...
Don't say that. You're going to bock us saying that,
He's
Andy.
a good player and he does good things, but blimey. You know, it's frustrating with Chelsea, you know, if they hadn't bought the likes of Dewsbury Hall, Disasi, Mudryk, Felix, and just bought Osman, they'd probably be top two. But never mind, what can you do?
You would have had change. You would have had change from Osman.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And a wonderful display of refereeing from Rob Jones. I mean, for goodness sake.
What was your problem with him last night?
Well, basically the match time, for example, match time was 104 minutes, ball in play 48, Rob Jones talking to the players for no reason whatsoever, 15.
Oh, okay.
And if that's not a red card, I don't know what is a red card. I mean, talk about, you know, it's pathetic.
Did he pull his hair? Is that why the red card was for?
I thought he forearm smashed him, but people said he pulled his hair. I don't know, it looked a red card.
The trouble is with Cucurella, I know within the law it should be right, but that thing of, if that player's on the ground, it must be serious. You'd never say that about Cucurella, would you? Really?
No, you know, he
plays, a man
and he attracts, but you know, the hair doesn't help. I thought for a long time he'd be a better player if he got his hair cut, but he won't do it. But there you go.
Oi, Cucurella, get your hair cut.
But honestly, it's just that thing where, you know, you go in at half time and you think, we should be 4-0 up here, exactly the same as the Palace game, and then we all know what's going to happen here, don't we? We know exactly, and that's exactly what happened. We just gave them a goal, you know, and that's it.
Do they take no credit? Is another one of those?
No. Bournemouth are a decent team, but we let them off the hook. Yeah, they did well in the second half. They came back well and scored a lovely goal.
One of those moments as well. Brooks went down in the first half.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Bournemouth just played on. But you got the ball off of them.
Yeah.
The minute you got the ball off of them, started to come forward, and Brooks still down. All the Bournemouth players are saying,
they do that.
Put the ball out.
They always do.
You think, hang on?
Yeah, I mean, it's the way it goes, really.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
You know, I mean, even Iriola said at half time that he couldn't believe there were only one.
I know. I watched the big game last night. I'm going to come on to that.
It sounded like a terrific game. I only saw the highlights.
It was a cracker, especially the second half, especially after Liverpool scored. That last sort of 20 minutes when, we were talking to Max Scott, who went to the game, our very own Max Scott, and even then, even though they were under the pump and Sells had to make some great saves, they had a couple of good chances, Forest. The one that flashed across the goal, no one got. They were always in. That's what made it an interesting game, because you knew on the break they could still get the other
the way
end
Forest play, they do need to score the first goal. There's no question about that. There's a definite. You know,
and that will be enough against a lot of temes for them to shut, but not Liverpool,
definitely.
obviously.
No question. You know, that's true. And they're going really, really well.
Yeah.
You know,
so we're going to have a chat with Troy very shortly and look at some of the talking points of last night.
He was at Brentford. I missed a cracker at Brentford. It's so annoying that the two games weren't on this. That were on the same night, because that really would have been a great game.
It was a great game. I mean, again, I was watching highlights of it afterwards, but exciting game with City 2-0 up. We'll see what Troy made of that. We'll get his thoughts on Forest and Liverpool as well. I'm sure he's watched it back by now, and all the other games yesterday evening. Chalobah has been called back to Chelsea, hasn't he?
That's not embarrassing, is it, at all?
Well, what's your take on it? Because
it's embarrassing, isn't it? They should never let him go in the first place.
You should give us a bit of background to it.
Well,
because he got put in the bomb squad, didn't he?
The sporting directors, having made incredible rickets by buying Disaster and Axel Disaster and Badishil, decided that they didn't want Chalobah and that he would be pure profit, so they wanted to sell him. But Chalobah didn't want to leave because he's been at Chelsea since he was a kid. He loves the club. And so they tried to force him out. They tried to bomb him out. They tried to get him to train in the car park, all that stuff. Didn't take him on tour. No, didn't take him on tour and all the things they did to him, and then shunted him out on loan. Now, with Fofana injured, Disaster probably on his way, and he's useless anyway. So now they've decided they need a centre half.
So they've had to go back cap in hand.
Oh yeah, I think
apologising.
Barley had to ring him up and apologise and say, "Oh no, we do want you."
It's a blow to Palace, that.
It is, but
because he's been doing well for them.
I suppose the idea is in the summer that they'll try and buy Gay and do some sort of deal that way. But who knows? Who knows?
You're just taking one of the players out that 3 and then trying to nick one of the other ones at the end of the year.
But he's good, but he's not. He's not a world-class player or anything like that.
But no, he's been very good. That 3 they've had have been fantastic at Palace.
Right. He's decent.
When they've not had that 3, they've not looked quite as good at the back. So, a blow for them.
Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.